back to 25 Sweetpeas, and welcome back to my KB Shimmer swatching series. This is part 3 of the In Good Spirits collection because I wanted to put all of these polishes together because they are the same sort of effect. So these polishes are considered reflective polishes, and as you guys see me like swirl these around, they do have a different like glow to them, and they do kind of remind you of like a reflector that you would see like on a bicycle or on some sort of vest that has a reflectant on it. And it's kind of within this polish, and traditionally you can see this within a gel polish, but I have not really seen this be in like regular nail polish until now. So these polishes are pretty exciting and really fun, but we're going to swatch them out and kind of talk about the pros and cons and all the things. The first shade that we're checking out is called All Tapped Out. Oh, sorry, just Tapped Out. And it is described as a dark wash denim color with a glowy pink shimmer that shows off green and gold. And as you guys can tell, it kind of twinkles and pulls like silvery whenever you move your nail around, but you still also get that purpley tone from like the shimmer in it and some teal. It's really, really lovely. It covers well in two coats, but I will let you know that all of these have a bit of a gritty texture. Not quite to the same texture as like a pixie dust, but it still has a texture, which we'll get into more later. And then we have a shade called That Glimmers, and this one is described as sort of a rose gold shade with a micro reflective pigment. No flakies are involved in this one. And again, this one covers nicely in two coats, but as you guys can see, it's a little thick and it kind of pulls when I apply the second coat, but it still covers nicely in two coats and you get full coverage. And then the last one is called After Midnight. And this one is kind of the black version of all of these, and you get like almost like a scattered hollow effect, and then of course the bold silver, and it's really, really pretty. And I'm not 100% sure. I don't think there's actually hollow, but something about it just kind of gives that illusion of it. But again, it has a little bit of a different texture to it. So here you guys can see all of the swatch pictures, and these swatch pictures do look really smooth. However, whenever you apply the polishes, like I said, they can be a little tricky to work with, where they kind of want to pull. They feel a little thick, not quite on the level of goopy, but we will see how they age and if they get to that point. But you do kind of have to be patient with these polishes when applying them. Also, that being said, whenever they do dry down, they do have a very textured like finish, and they dry down to being a matte finish. So to get like the full effect out of these polishes, I like them shiny. So the best practice that I found was to kind of put like a glitter eating top coat or like a glitter smoother polish on top of it. And then after that is dry, then put on your top coat of choice. You still probably want a rather like thick feeling top coat to go on top. And that's once you've done those two different steps, then you can get like a full nice finished manicure with no texture and like high gloss status, and it's absolutely lovely. Now I will also mention that these polishes don't always have that reflective like look. So yes, you're going to see all of these like glam shots on Instagram and even like my video here where you can see the reflectiveness in them. However, when you're wearing the polishes like out and doing daily tasks, you won't always notice that reflectiveness. I feel like the shade Tapped Out, which is the first one, kind of the like denim shade one, that one I would say out of all of them has the biggest sparkle factor. You're going to notice that one more throughout the day and it looks really pretty on. Whereas whenever you switch and you're talking about the rose gold shade that's in the middle there, that one you don't notice it so much unless you're like in a direct form of light in some shape, way, or form. And whenever you're not in that lighting, it doesn't necessarily look super rose gold like. To me, when I was wearing it and I wasn't in like a specific sort of light that would catch it, I felt like I was wearing a brown polish, which is not something I would traditionally think of when I'm wearing a rose gold shade. So that is something to keep in mind if you aren't like huge on a brown polish, but yet you like rose gold and you're not really sure. It's really going to be dependent on like what you're wearing the polish for. So like if you're wearing it and you're not going to be having it in the sunlight, you're not going to be having it in direct lighting of any source really, you're not going to feel like you're wearing a rose gold polish, which is a little bit of a disappointment. but at the same time, it's still like a beautiful polish. When you are in that light, like a refrigerator light, it's actually amazing. But like I said, you're not always going to notice it. Whereas with after midnight, whenever you do notice it, it's going to be really cool and it's going to look great. And whenever you're not noticing it, you're just going to feel like you're kind of got a black nail polish on, which, I mean, with that shade, I feel like that's what you would expect. I just felt like it was worth mentioning on the rose gold one that whenever you weren't in direct light, you don't necessarily feel like you're wearing a rose gold polish, if that makes sense. And I hope that's helpful to someone, because that was definitely my experience with it. So I absolutely love that KB Shimmer released these because I feel like they're really fun, they're different, they feel new and exciting, and I'm excited to see how these like evolve over time and how other brands adapt and try them, or maybe KB Shimmer just becomes like the master of them in the indie world. We shall see what happens. Like I said, I think they're absolutely lovely, and I am excited to hear what you guys think. Have you tried a reflective polish yet? And if you have, was it KB Shimmer or was there a different brand? Are there other ones that I should try? Let me know down in the comments below. But I think that covers everything. And as always, if you have questions, feel free to let me know. I'm always here to answer them. And again, I think that covers everything. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and found it informative. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.